Hello, friends. Happy Friday. It's so wonderful to be here with you the end of the week. Thank you so much for joining us live today. Greg and I are back, and we have a really special, fun show. As you know, this is one of our favorite shows, which is What to Watch, What to Stream. Greg, are you ready? I
I
know
am ready. I am ready. I think I've got a couple of good ones to talk about, but part of the fun of doing this type of show too is hearing what other people suggest. So when we're talking about what to watch, we love to see what other people are sharing, what you're watching. Also, hi everyone, I'm Greg Nibbler. In case you didn't know, a longtime tech reporter and now a reporter for Fox 12 Oregon, and I have a show there called Fox 12 Now. So covering a lot of different things, but it's always great to be here with you all. Whatever platform you're watching on, and hearing your comments as we go through the show, and of course being here with Winnie. It's a great way to wrap up the week on a Friday. But with the What to Watch show that we're doing today, it really is, it can be all over the board. There's so many shows out there, so many movies. We want to hear what you have, what your suggestions are. So, and I get to hear Winnie's too, because I don't know what they are until we do the show.
I know we like to surprise each other, and that's what makes it really fun. And we love to get your comments, like Greg said. So, welcome to In the Loop with Winnie and Greg. As Greg mentioned, I am Winnie's son, longtime financial pro, CNBC council member, and Forbes contributor. And I'm also a host of Level Up, which can be found on NASDAQ and some other streaming platforms as well. It is so nice to be back with Greg. Let's start off, give you a really quick market update, and then we're going to hand it right over to Greg, and then we're going to jump in on today's topic. By the way, we are streaming in live. Don't be shy. Jump in, say hello. We're already seeing a lot of friends come in live. So it's great to see all of you on all the different platforms. And so that's really, really fun. All right. So the market hasn't closed yet, but here is where we're at. The Dow is currently down 65 points. NASDAQ, though, is currently around 184 points in the positive, and the S&P 500 is up 21 as well in the positive. Now, what's kind of fun is the S&P 500, friends, has hit the historical big 5,000 mark. So this is kind of fun. We're watching a continuing positive across the board. Not on the Dow, but everything else. In fact, there was some reports coming out of CNBC of how analysts are really just feeling very good about sort of that philosophical level, right? Sort of, it's more symbolic than anything. When the S&P crosses over that 5,000 mark, people are just feeling a lot more happy, a lot more optimistic, and more confident in the financial markets. Now, of course, Greg's on the show, so this is probably partly because of Greg, of course, but tech, of course, is leading the charge here, as well as cloud sectors, and this is helping. The earnings have been coming out of the S&P 500. In fact, over 300 some companies have reported, and the numbers have been coming. Earnings have been pretty robust and positive across the board. So it's good. We're looking forward to it. One thing that I thought I wanted to mention, if you didn't know already, too, is they actually revised the consumer price index figures for December, which actually, after they revised it, showed a smaller increase than initially reported. And that actually helped with the optimism as well. But that's enough of financial talk, because we got to hand it right over to Greg, because we have what to watch this episode. Did Greg
Yes,
freeze
and
on us?
a little bit of positivity
Greg,
there.
you put us in suspense for a
Am I
minute
blanking out?
there?
Uh-oh. Maybe I am. Maybe the internet lords are not favorable to me right now. Am I coming through all right now?
Yep, we can see you
Okay.
now.
All right. Who knows? Yes, let's talk about what to stream. So I've got a few different things. And, if you know me, of course, I'm going to go into some sci-fi here in a little bit. But I thought about, what's something like this time of year, a lot of people kind of get a little bit down. I mean, I know here in the Northwest, we've had the rain and clouds for several months now, so it can get a little depressing. So I wanted to find something that's a little bit more uplifting, and that's why I chose season 8 of Queer Eye as my selection for what to stream. Now, for people who have never seen the show, it's these 5 guys. They go out and people, all over the country will submit maybe a friend or a family member, somebody that they think needs just a life change. Maybe they've had a rough go of it. Maybe some kind of tragedy has happened, and for years or whatever, they're just like kind of down in the dumps, or just that's what other people are seeing. And so they go out there and they go through, several different things. There's the makeover side, there's the haircut, there's all that, but there's also just like talking to people about what's going on in their lives and how they can feel better about themselves. And it's, I started watching this, and it's really uplifting because it's like a positive show, and it's a really, really good show. It's a great way to look at it, and just seeing people who are not having a great time, like all of a sudden they're just feeling good again. And so that's why, I just wanted to find something that's like positive to watch that you can check out. And there's and it's pretty entertaining too. Some of it's pretty funny, especially that dude there this guy who was like a super fan of Kiss, like everything he owned was Kiss. That was kind of funny, but yeah, this is the show I picked. If you've never seen it before, I suggest giving it a watch.
I love that. Thank you so much, Greg, for sharing this. This is if you haven't seen it, I agree with you. I haven't seen season 3 yet, so I'm definitely gonna jump on this. But I love that I feel like this cast is so strong because you have all these different dimensions, right? Like there's one cast member who's so strong in interior design, one that's so good with fashion, one that's great with beauty, and but then they all just have such empathy, and they're so like kind to whoever they're helping out. Like I feel like us as the audience, we actually learn from watching these shows. So kudos, Greg. I love that. I didn't know that it came back for season 3. So congratulations on season 3. We'll definitely I'll definitely tune in on that as well.
Nice. All
amazing.
Right, I want to hear what you have.
Okay, well, I've got one, and this is also season 3. I have Abbott Elementary. So Abbott Elementary is on season 3, and this is the 3rd season of the American TV comedy that was created by Quentin Brunson, which is set to premiere on ABC, though. And so that started on February 7th. So actually this week it's already available. So you can already watch this now. But this is pretty cool. This is like a whole team of like really excited, really great educators, in Philly in a public school, and talking about sort of that challenging environment and how they, succeed in life, how students kind of get together. It's good. It's a really good, feel good show that the entire family can get around. And I just feel like, it's like, it's like new. I like new, exciting, like kind of something for the adults, something for the kids, and it talks about those relationships. It's pretty cool.
Right. Something that's got 2 different levels of jokes. I've heard this is really good. I have not watched it yet, so I think it's interesting hearing, seeing this on here and learning a little bit more about it. It's been one I've been meaning to get to. I was even looking today before we started. I was like, oh yeah, I keep hearing about Abbott Elementary, but I haven't actually watched it, so I didn't know what to recommend on it. But I will definitely give this one a shot.
Yeah, I think it's a great one. Yeah, and it's on ABC, so I think it's going to be accessible to a lot more people to be able to watch it. I think, I think it'll kind of give you something to remind you of like the days in school, and kind of, I don't know, should be fun.
Nice. Okay, well, awesome. That's a great one. And again, for everybody watching, drop in your comments, your suggestions too. Love to see those. All right, my next one, I did switch to some sci-fi. I debated on putting this one out, but I'm kind of excited about this show. Although I don't know, it's either going to be really great or it could go the other way, but I'm definitely going to give it a shot. And it's a new show that's coming out on Apple TV Plus later this month. It's called Constellation. And it has to do with this woman. She's an astronaut. This is sometime in the future. And she goes into space. There's an incident, like an accident that happens. And she gets back to Earth. And this is no spoiler because this is what's in the trailer. When they rescue her and she gets back to Earth, but everything about her life is just a little like off. It's different. Like it's her life, but her kid acts differently. Like her kid used to play piano and now doesn't play piano, or vice versa. And it's just like all these things just start adding up and then she has to determine whether or not she's going crazy or whether there's something else that's going on. And I'm interested in both for the space side and for like the mystery side of, clearly there's something bigger happening. And they kind of allude to that in the trailer, that there's people see something when they're in space, and sometimes it comes back with them or whatever that means. So I'm looking forward to it just to see how this all plays out. Apple TV's had some pretty good mysterious kinds of shows like this. So is Amazon Prime, actually, on the sci-fi realm. So I want to try this out. I'm looking forward to giving this a shot.
Well, I see Joshua on CrossX Fighter joining us on YouTube Live, and I see Wendy Barker joining us on YouTube Live as well. And for those of us who know you, Greg, I feel like we totally, if we saw the trailer of this, we'd be like, "Oh, Greg's all over this." So
Yep.
you can see why you dig this show. And actually, I mean, the graphics look great, and I love a good space show, And that
Yeah.
is weird. Like I think that's gonna be. I'm curious to see what it's rated, because if it is kid friendly, I can totally see me watching this with the family, because I think my kids would get a kick out of it. We've had some similar shows like that. I would say there was one on Netflix I can't remember the name of, but yeah, they suck you in. They're quite exciting. All right, so
Yes. I'm not sure what the rating is. I was trying to find it, but so I'm not sure.
well, if someone watching, if you find it, let us know. Drop in comments. That would be great, so we can know. Here's the next one I've got, and I think this is one that I know my family were really excited about. This is premieres on February 22nd, and this is going to be on Netflix. And this is the Avatar: The Last Airbender, and so this is live action adaptation of Nickelodeon's animated series. Follows on the young Avatar. And so, of course, On is on this quest, learning to master these. I guess there's these four elements. Like there's fire, and there's earth, and air, and water. And like the goal is to restore balance in this planet or world that is being threatened by the Fire Nation. Does this not look cool? I mean, just the special effects and
Yeah.
how beautiful this looks. I feel like it just totally sucks me in. The immersive world filled with these like heroes and adversaries, and of course mentors and characters I think we're gonna really, really love. I can't wait. This is like coming around, I think it's like in a week.
I'll double check when it's coming out, but I know it's soon. Like I also am looking forward to this because I'm watching my monitor right now, because the shot, it looks really cool. Just
It's
how
cool, right?
it's shot. I mean, it's that alone would bring me in.
Look at that.
Just the special effects, and I know how beloved this series is, and the original, and then the different reboots that they've had, and all the animation. So bringing it to actual, real life, I think that's going to bring a lot of people in. I'm sure people will have their opinions about whether they do it accurate or not. But for me, who's coming in with pretty little knowledge, I mean, a general knowledge of what it was before, I'm excited for this. Like I'm definitely going to be checking this out.
Well,
It just looks cool.
It looks cool, right?
I mean,
and I think it's cool.
regardless of the story, it looks cool.
It looks so cool. CrossX Fighters actually seen this series on Nickelodeon. So CrossX Fighter, definitely jump in and let us know. Like, it looks like CrossX Fighter's excited about this. But doesn't it, like, I feel like even if you don't have background in the show, I feel like how cool would that be just to watch it for the first time? And then this, no.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be pretty much me. So I'm really excited for this one. That's
yeah, and I love it. I really love and I love how there's more inclusivity too. You're getting like kind of like your first pick, Greg, where there are different types of actors and actresses of different walks of life. I love the inclusivity too of this.
Yeah, a lot of variety of things and genres and everything going on. Okay, I do have I've got my third one. This one it's technically March 1st is when it comes out, so I cheated just a little bit on for February, but it's Dune Part 2. Something
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, been waiting for years for this to come out. I think COVID delayed it, and everything got delayed there for a long time, and then a writer's strike and all that stuff. But now it's finally coming out. So if you have not seen Dune Part 1, definitely watch that first. This isn't something you could just jump into and be like, I'll just watch a 5-minute synopsis. You want to watch the first one before you do this. But
which
this
is on Netflix, by the way.
Huge. Like bringing this to life. I mean, bringing Dune to life has had mixed results anyway throughout the couple of times that it's been attempted. I think this version is really, really amazing of what they've been able to do, both with the story and like kind of, even though the first one I think is 3 hours long, Dune Part 1, and this one probably is too. The book is real long, so even condensing that and being able to get it onto the screen, they've done a great job. But visually also, and the special effects and what comes in the second part, that's what I'm I'm really looking forward to. There's going to be some big scenes. I want to see how they do the special effects. You get a little bit of it in some of the trailer here, but it's. I mean, I'm going to go see this in the theater. Probably, I will see it the weekend it comes out in the theater.
Wow.
And I haven't gone to a weekend premiere of a movie in a very long time, but this one I'll do that.
Yeah, can you imagine the sound and everything on the big screen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those. I mean, you can watch it at home, and I'll watch the first part again at home. But this is one of those movies where you don't really get it until you get the sound, the giant screen. Maybe it's like at an IMAX type theater or something like that. That's even taking it to the next level. But yeah, you want to see it on a big screen. That's my
Yeah.
recommendation for it anyway.
I love it. I mean, it's probably eventually going to come to streaming, but how
Yeah.
fun would it to see this on a big screen? And speaking of March, I mean, like it's not one of my choices, but Taylor Swift's Eras, I guess is coming to Disney Plus in March too. I read that.
Oh,
So, but we're good.
I
Maybe
wasn't aware of that.
maybe I have to save that for later. But anyhow, my last choice, Greg, is one that, well, it's February and like next week is Valentine's Day for those of you who forgot. So this choice is sort of in that vein a little bit. And special thanks to Curtis on my team for helping me find this one because it didn't actually hit my radar. And this is called Past Lives. Okay. Past Lives, Past Lives. And this is going to be on Paramount Plus, and it's available as of now. So this is sort of about these two characters, Nora and Hae Sung. They are actually friends from when they were little, but they had this deep connection. And so they were sort of separated when Nora's family came, emigrated from the United States, coming to the United States here, and then from South Korea, I should say. And they were reunited in New York after 2 decades. So it's talking about sort of the notion of love and destiny. And it's like sort of that modern day love story, if you will. It's been directed and written by Celine Song. So yeah, I
Yeah.
think it's gonna be a cute, feel good movie. I mean, I think a lot of these Korean dramas are really, really well done, and this one I'm kind of excited to see.
Yeah, I mean, Korean everything, and when it comes to streaming service, I mean, they're having a huge moment right now. There's so many different
Mhm.
series coming out from there. But this one, okay, A24, so that production studio, I like pretty
These
much
ones are
everything they
so
do.
good.
And
Yeah.
so if you're not familiar with A24, definitely take a look at all that. Okay, I'm seeing some comments here. It's good, but it'll make you cry. Okay. Well, that's good to know going into it. I also that I don't know her name, but that actress that's in this, the co-star, she's in several different shows that I watch, and she's a really great actress and I'll tell you why I know, because I cannot stand her in one of the shows that I watch. Her character, she is so annoying, and that's because she's so good at playing this annoying character. So it's a compliment.
You're so annoying. I like you a lot.
Yeah, I know. It's like you are really good because I
You're
cannot
so good at being
stand.
annoying.
Like you are so annoying. Uh, but that's because she's really great at it. And so yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I will watch that. Although now that I have the warning, I just need to be prepared.
I haven't seen it yet, but Curtis was telling me about that. It's so good. But he's like, you gotta have a box of tissues nearby. So, it'll be like, but it's Valentine's. It's okay.
Yeah, I will check that out for sure. I think that's an interesting move from A24 too, just to see what they did with that.
We got so much to tune in and such a
Yeah.
variety of shows. Thank you so much, Greg. I love your choices. In fact, I mean, those are some really good ones. You're giving us something to stream, something to go see at the movie theater.
Yep.
Great way. Great show. Love it.
I love it too. I think I've had my own special effects going. If somebody's been seeing my camera pop in and out, I think I plugged
Those
my
are
camera in the
planned.
wrong Whoops. So just give them my own effects. But yeah, thank you everybody for joining too. We always appreciate all of you joining in and tuning and streaming and sharing the show and commenting along, because it really is it's awesome for both of us to just be here and have you join in with us and get to share some of these different things with you. Lots of things to stream. And like we always say, there it was again. Like we always say, please feel free to reach out anytime on any platform that we're on. Let us know whether it's something you're streaming or whatever, and you think it's something that we should recommend, or you want to recommend to us, or if you see a cool tech story and you want to share it with me, just anytime. It's always great.
It's always great. And yeah, huge thank you also. Shout out to Joshua for thank you so much for your support and sharing the show. And for those of you who don't know, happy Lunar New Year as well. This is the year of the snake. So for those of you who are maybe born in those years, this is your year. We hope it's a great one. But yeah, first I just want to make sure I was the first one to wish you a happy new year, and 恭喜发财 is how we say it in Chinese.
Nice. Awesome. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Take care.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Bye-bye.